The explosive diary of a 16-year-old Epstein victim. The latest document dumped from the U.S. Department of Justice related to the Jeffrey Epstein case contains some of the most disturbing pieces of evidence. The decoded diary of a 16-year-old victim. The entry is written in a simple cipher, detail years of alleged sexual abuse, forced pregnancies, abortion, and the theft of a newborn child. The girl, who is now an adult, was 16 at the time of the alleged crimes. According to the documents, she was born with Down syndrome and is autistic. The filing suggests her abusers targeted her, believing her conditions made her easier to manipulate and exploit. They liked her because they thought she was easier to take advantage of because of her condition, said Anna Kasparian on the Young Turks. And the way that they targeted people they thought were easier to take advantage of is extra sickening. The diary entries, as interpreted by the FBI, are graphic and traumatic. In one, she writes of a positive pregnancy test, a couple of months, and 2 pink lines. I want to die? Why didn't she protect me? She repeatedly refers to herself as an incubator and property. One of the most harrowing passages describes being forced to undergo an abortion. She writes of a doctor with kind eyes who didn't speak directly to me, and the procedure itself, a shot, and those rod-like things, had a hook, and so much pain. I saw between her fingers this tiny head and body in the doctor's hands. It reached up with its tiny arm and had a tiny foot. I closed my eyes and no more. In another entry, she mourns a child she was allowed to hold only briefly after birth. I only got 10 to 15 minutes to hold and feed her before they took her. She is mine. I want her back. Distraught. If we lived in an actual democracy, in a country that cared about justice, we would find out what happened to those children, right? Anna said. But we have no idea. The diary also names. She identifies Jean-Luc Brunel, the late French modeling agent linked to Epstein, who died by suicide in a Paris jail in 2022. She calls him a disgusting pig with bad breath. More notably, she identifies billionaire financier Leon Black. In one decoded entry, she describes a violent assault, writing, "That fat fucker bit me and Leon can go F himself." This aligns with prior reporting, including a 2023 Newsweek article detailing allegations that Black bit an Epstein victim during a rape. Black has previously denied any wrongdoing beyond a professional relationship with Epstein, for whom he paid $158 million for tax and estate planning advice after Epstein's 2008 conviction. Leon Black is one of the top financiers in the world. If you need financial advice and you need to pay $158 million for it, no one would ever hire you again, said co-host Senkwigua. That wasn't for financial advice. There's no way in the world. Anna expressed fury over the lack of accountability. He should be investigated. He should be prosecuted. And if convicted, let's bring back public hanging. I think in some cases the death penalty makes sense. This is a perfect example. The hosts also criticized the DOJ's handling of the document release, noting that while victim names were poorly redacted, the predator's identity was protected. They highlighted an unredacted email to Epstein where an unnamed individual wrote, "I am in China. I will be in the US in the second week of May." Epstein replied, "Where are you? Are you okay?" I loved the torture video. I think the public deserves to know who sent Jeffrey Epstein a torture video, Anna said. Both Senk and Anna condemned a systemic cover-up they believe involves multiple administrations and intelligence agencies. They pointed to the frequent mention of Israel in the files, including an Israeli doctor in the diary, as a thread they allege the mainstream media ignores. The government says, "Under no condition will we serve the American people. We will serve the monsters who did this," Senk said. And then our media comes in and goes, Bill Gates, Donald Trump, Elon Musk, whatever. Shiny object squirrels? You're not talking about who organized this. It is obviously a giant organization. This is stuff made of horror stories, Aina added. And so how horrible are the people in charge that they know this happens and they make sure we never find out about it? The diary stands as just one testament to the horror and toll of Epstein's pedophilic and sex trafficking operation. We can never forget this story of a vulnerable teenager who, in her own words, was treated as nothing but your property and incubator, begging in writing for someone to release me from this torture in hell. Please subscribe to the channel and like the video.